Hey guys, I'm doing a video on organization and everything, so for like school. So what I do for organization is, or being organized, or whatever you want to call it, is obviously binders. Most schools use binders. I don't know what your school does, but I use these 3 ring binders, 1-inch binders from Staples. So like the heavy duty ones with the rubber on the side. So yeah. Another good thing is having a notebook. I use this type of notebook by 5 Star because you can put a bunch of classes in one notebook. So like I can put a class here and then class here, like I have French, and they have all the dividers like along the side and everything, and so that works great. I usually have 2 of these because I have 7 classes. So I have a green one, which I don't have with me, and then I have my blue one. This is my morning classes, and my green one is my afternoon classes. What works really, really great is having an agenda. Sorry, I'm covering up. I don't want to know what school I don't want you to know what school I go to, but an agenda, it works great. If you don't know what agenda is, it's basically, it's just a book that you write your homework in. I forgot to write Tuesdays and Fridays in this one. But I use this little divider to show where I am. Today is Wednesday, but we didn't have school today because it's a snow day, so that's why I'm making this video. But I usually put this divider in there to show where I am. You don't usually get them with. But all an agenda is that when you're done class and they tell you what homework is, you write the homework down there. And then with our agendas, it has like a time thing, so you can write the times that you want to do things and then goals of the week, stuff like that. Another thing that's really helpful is with like a 3-ring binder. Well, I don't know why I keep on saying 3-ring binder. You just say binder, but is the reinforcements. Works great if you're not a very organized person and you tend to rip papers out. My best friend. Not saying that I'm disorganized, but another good thing is flashcards. This is the case, but instead of them being scattered all over your bag, your backpack, you can just have them in this little case. Makes it so much easier. It just snaps. And then flashcards. Flashcards are a great way to, like, with your languages and everything, if you take a language. So yeah. Another thing that I have is a pencil box. I use pens most of the time. I only use pencils when I have math or science because you have to do equations. But the pens I use are the Pilot G/207s because they're gel pens. That's what the G stands for. Yeah, obviously. But they work great. I love gel pens. Another thing to have in there is pink eraser. Usually the big ones. It says large pink eraser right on it. If you can't read it. I'll just use a different chapstick because there's 2 chapsticks in here. The other one had my school name on it. Anyway, chapsticks for like the winter time, they're awesome. They'll be like your lifesaver, sorry. I have a little thing of perfume in here. It's the tiniest thing. If it's in a pencil box, it is glass, so it can break. Probably not as easily because it's smaller, but it just works great. Like you have gym and you forget like your perfume, you always have it in your pencil box, or just during the day you want to use perfume. Works awesome. I also have a headband in here. Favorite headbands though. So yeah. So like if your hair's just getting in the way, you can use that easily. Also like a hair tie. Works great. In case you have like food prep or something. You're always going to need a hair tie if your hair's in shoulder length. At least that's what the rule is in our school. I don't know about yours, but Another good, perfect thing is a highlighter. Sharpie, clickables. I love them so much because it's just a click. They can get addicting sometimes, just going like this the whole time, but it works great because I always lose the lids. So if these don't dry out, I can always just click, and it's closed. When I have projects, or like I'm working on a couple papers in school, or I print something out like in the library, or like an article that has a few papers, I use these. So that way I can keep the article together. And they have them in different colors too, so if you wanted to label them, I guess you could. So yeah. I'm trying to think what else I have in here. Oh, I do have a afternoon notebook. Yep, afternoon notebook. Green. Paper. I'm trying to think. Oh, also, a book. If you finish a test early, your book will be your best friend, because even though you might not like reading, it will give you something to do if you're not allowed to talk. I'm reading I Like Candy by Lauren Conrad, which I've had since the summer, and it's the beginning of February, because I just don't read that often. Probably should. It's a good thing to read. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, sorry. So another good thing is for when you have a textbook, these tabs. I have it throughout my whole social studies textbook. Like I'll probably have like at least 2 per page. This doesn't have 2 per page. This only has, this fold, but 2 per page. It shows everything, and I label it. So it's like vocab or something, like a viewing in history is usually purple or something like that. But yeah, they work awesome. They work amazingly, because without them I probably would fail. I don't have little things that markers in my English book as much as my social studies book. It's because we only read, and we don't do much vocab. I mean, we do, but it's really easy to find. And I'm holding it upside down, because I put my book cover upside down, but like we have vocab in the back. But we don't do as much vocab as we should, but it depends what book we're reading. Like right now we're reading A Raisin in the Sun, which I gotta admit is somewhat good, but also somewhat boring. So if you get in that subject, get in that book, beware. But a book cover works great. I took my social studies book cover off for some reason, but this one's upside down. It says, "Saving the world one ride at a time," and it's a bunch of bikes, obviously, but it's going green. The other one was just polka dots I had on this, but I took it off. I'm trying to think. Another good thing, like if you're trying to study with like flashcards, if you like color code them, like the colors like that you're writing with, or just the note cards, works great. Like if it's a vocab, it could be a pink note card. If it's like a question, it could be a blue one. Or if it's a date, like say social studies, obviously, for example, you could do a blue card, like a blue note card. That way you know what's coming up, but you know that it's like color coded and it's easier to remember, believe it or not. We had a guy come to our school that taught us like study tips and everything. Sort of looks like Santa Claus, but he was a pretty cool guy. Yeah, and he taught us all these study things. You could even cut your like index cards in certain shapes, like let me see my hands. Like cut them in certain shapes, like a triangle, cloud, and stuff like that. That also helps. You'll most likely remember it more. But you do have to put more effort into it if you are going to do that. But it's most likely better in the long run because you'll be getting better grades. I will be doing probably another video later on swimming for school, what you should pack, which works great. So, okay, bye.